Very good afternoon, one and all present over here. I'm very happy to see thousands of participants from various countries for this international webinar organized by Ashoka International Center for Educational Studies and Research, Nasik. And before beginning my session, let me express my gratitude towards Professor and my teacher, Dr. Sanjeev Sunavne, who is Dean of Interdisciplinary Studies, Savitribai Phule, Pune University, Pune. Honorable Mr. Ashok G. Kataria, who is Chairman of Ashoka Education Foundation, Nasik. Dr. Narendra, Administrator of Ashoka Education Foundation. Dr. D.M. Gujarati, Director of Ashoka Education Foundation, Nasik. My co-resource person, Mr. Yogi Sakha, who is from USA and who is conducting session tomorrow, and Dr. Santosh Rukari, who is convener of this international webinar and who has conceptualized this webinar in such a beautiful manner, and the whole team of Ashoka International Center for Educational Studies and Research, Nasik, for their consistent efforts to make this webinar successful. So my dear participants, teachers, all the teacher educators who are over here, and today we will be talking about techno-savvy teacher for future classroom. So nowadays in this lockdown period of COVID-19, most of the schools, they have started online teaching. And colleges, few colleges, they started the training to professors and teachers how to teach online. And we are actually preparing for the online teaching learning process. Most of the schools who have already started, I'm going to show some demonstration, some points may be revision for them, but I'll be showing you some tools which are very useful for all teachers, for all age group of students. For example, you are teaching to first standard, or you are teaching to 10th standard, or you are teaching to higher education, no matter. Actually, all these digital tools or all this technology today I'm going to demonstrate, this is useful for all kinds of teacher. So before going to demonstration, previously I'll be having 5 minutes PowerPoint presentation. After that, I will show you actual demo, how to use all those tools, and these tools are very user friendly, very easily you can use it. I am requesting all of you, preferably you use laptop and your headphone to get all those demonstration very clearly, because if you see on the small screen of mobile, all the commands or all the options might not be visible. So preferably if you have laptop at your home, please use that. So I'm sharing my screen with you. You can see over here. The topic for today is techno-savvy teachers for future classrooms. Why I'm saying future classrooms? Because till now we were using technology, but now the situation has occurred where we have to learn more advanced things which we were not using previously in our teaching learning process. So let me take to my next slide, that what schools and teachers are doing in this lockdown period, and what is the exact role of teacher in lockdown period. Basically, when we see this aspect of teaching learning, most of the schools, they are taking great effort to reach to their students. They already had completed the training of teachers. They are using Google Classrooms and Google Forms and Google Docs, Google Sheets for all this teaching learning process. Let me give example of Ashoka Universal School only, which is a part of Ashoka Education Foundation. And Ashoka Universal School at Ashoka Marg, Nasik, they are actually using Google Classroom very efficiently, and also Google Zoom classrooms for teaching learning purpose. So developing e-content is one of the basic part which all teachers must know how to develop e-content. Then online teaching, what kind of tools or what digital tools are available for online teaching, and for which subject I can use which kind of tools, that we have to understand first. Then technical training is necessary. Most of the teachers now, they are techno savvy, but still to understand some features of various digital tools, we need some technical training. And we have to conduct formative assessment continuously, because when we are teaching online and students are not present in the classroom, they are studying from their home. So consistently and continuously we have to take follow-up if students are getting it or if they have any difficulty. So for that purpose, we have to conduct some online assessment. And again, for that, what kind of tools can be used? So I'll be showing some demo of it today. So I think all of you are aware about this concept, Education 4.0. This is a fourth generation like Industry 4.0, where there is a lot of revolution and changes in the field of education. Like in the first generation, we were using lectures and memorization. Then in second, we shifted to internet-enabled learning. Then in third generation, we went to knowledge producing education, and now we are having actually innovative practices. We are producing creative things in fourth revolution of education. And in fourth revolution, it is characterized by the fusion of technologies, including enabling technologies for Industry 4.0 or Education 4.0. As this concept of 4.0 has come from industry, so this is applicable to education also. And you all might have heard about all these words like augmented reality, virtual reality, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, big data analytics, cloud computing, 3D printing, digital simulation, and so many other things, or so many other technology which is we are going to use in future classroom. And at the same time, the cultural expectations of the workforce are changing. Means there are different expectation of parents, different expectation of teachers, from students, from management of school. So everybody has their own thinking. We have to collaborate, because we here are working for the future of our children. For next generation, we must give our best to give them all the teaching learning process. We should make it very enjoyable and very memorable for our children. So workforce is changing. Many teachers, they don't want to work consistently at the same place or at the same work they don't want to do. We have to move ahead in the sense every day new technology must be used, and that is necessity of an hour. So here you can see on the screen few digital tools I have mentioned. I will be showing few demonstration out of it. TestMoz is used as an assessment tool for conducting any examination or multiple choice questions or essay type question, small short answer questions, any kind of questions can be incorporated in it. I'm showing demonstration of it. Then how to create your YouTube channel as a teacher. You can create your own YouTube channel and you can put your video, recorded video. MindMaster is used for mind mapping and beautiful graphs. Google Forms, most of the teachers nowadays, they are using Google Forms for assessment purpose, for collecting the data, for collecting all the information from parents. Blackboard.fi is one of the beautiful application which actually is useful for teachers, like we use chalkboard or smartboard in the classroom. Then classroomscreen.com is also one of the important tool which I'm going to show you a demonstration of it. Here I have mentioned few tools again. I think for presentation, all of you know about Prezi. It is we can say next version or advanced version of PowerPoint presentation. Most of us are already using PPTs, but Prezi can have a wonderful tool where we can use some additional features than PowerPoint. Then Scratch, Animoto, Pixton. I'm not going to read all these things because you might have heard about this or you might be using all these things. So I'll mostly focusing on the demonstration. I will not go in theory part. Here I have mentioned again some recording tools. With help of these, we can record your lectures, because we do not believe that technology will replace teachers, but it may fundamentally change the role of teachers and lead to new teaching tools and practices. because there will be always need of teacher to facilitate and to motivate students. So technology is not going to replace teachers, but actually it is going to change our role, basic role, that what kind of methods, what kind of teaching strategies we have to adapt, and we have to learn all these things very efficiently, and we have to give to our students. And just now I showed you some names of digital tools. So if you want to study it in detail, I have posted various videos of all these digital tools on my YouTube channel. So all these digital tools will be available on my YouTube channel. If you want to see, just go on YouTube, type my name, Dr. Sandhya Kedekar, and you can just explore the things, what kind of technology tools or digital tools teachers can use. If you need any other video, because I have created this YouTube channel for education purpose only, and I am training many teachers all over Maharashtra and India. If you want me to create specific video on some digital tool, I will create that video for you. Just put your comment in comment box of any video, and I will make that video for you. That video will be available for you. And don't forget to subscribe my channel. So you will get all the notifications whenever I put new video about new digital tools useful for teaching learning purpose. So today in this 1.5 hour session, I will be showing you demonstration of Google Classroom, Google Docs, Google Form. These three things we are already using in some schools. Then classroomscreen.com, whiteboard.fi, these are the board tools which we use like smartboard or chalkboard. Testmoz is assessment tool, how to create your test or assignment. Here I'm going to show you demo. Then how to record your video on mobile and laptop, and how to create your YouTube channel and upload video on your channel. So all these demonstration I am going to show you. Let us begin with all those demonstrations. And basically for purpose of creating your YouTube channel for Classroom, Docs and Form, you need your Gmail account. If you don't have your Gmail account, create that today and try to understand first how to use it. Try to create all these videos, try to create your own YouTube channel, put all these videos on that, and try to create your own Google Classroom. So what we need is practice, and it's just a matter of using it for students. So all the teachers, they will be actually using all these things in classroom situation. And let us have a demo of it. Let us begin with the demonstration. We just need a Gmail account for this. So I am taking you towards the demonstration of all these tools. So for the Google Classroom, you need your Google account. And what you have to do is just go on the Google login. And if you don't have a Gmail login, create it first. And after logging into your Gmail account, go on these dots. Here you can see 9 dots. Go on the Google Apps. And after scrolling down, you will be able to see here Classroom. So click on this. Google Classroom will get open. And in this Google Classroom, you can create any number of classrooms you want, and you can ask your students to join your classroom. I already have created some classrooms here, but now let me show you one demo by creating one more Google Classroom. So this kind of page will be open when you go on Google Classroom. Click on the plus sign here, create or join a class. So when you click on plus sign, you will be able to see join class or create class. So join class option will be used by your students when they want to join your class, and create class will be used by the teachers first time where then they are creating the class. So if I click on create class, it will ask me to accept the terms and conditions of Google. So I will accept it and I will go to next. Here I have to give a class name or create class. So let me here give my subject or the topic is ICT. Section I can give first year. You can give your school this thing also. Suppose you are English teacher, you can write your English, or you can type your name. Even I can type my name also if I want to be displayed on the first part of my Google Classroom. So ICT by Dr. Sandhya Khedekar. So student will immediately understand that which teacher's class is this. So here again I can put the details of my subject, that is information and communication technology. Okay. So if I want to put room, we can create it. So after clicking on create, you will be able to see the actual classroom. So here you can see my classroom got created, and it is showing me that ICT by Dr. Sandhya Khedekar. This will be visible to the student, first year student. And it is one of the important aspect here. You can click here. So this is your class code. So I have to share this class code with my students whenever I want my student to join my class. So here, from here, you can copy the class code and you can send it to WhatsApp group. You can send to students by email and you can invite them. There is one more method to ask students to join. You can go here, you can see 4 options. First is stream, second is classwork, third is people, and fourth is grade. So if I go on people, here 2 options are there, that is teachers and students. So I can add my colleagues, teacher if I want. I can type their name or I can invite them by their email. Even I can invite my students by clicking here and I can type their email and I can invite. Otherwise, you can invite students, you can give this class code and you can invite students. So what students will do, students will open their Gmail account, they will go on the Google Classroom and they will put this Google class code when they are saying join class. So after join class, Google Classroom will ask them to put the class code, student will put the class code and student will join the class. So this is the first page of my Google Classroom. And if I want to change the theme, you can select the theme or you can upload the photo. If you want any particular photo of your subject, you can upload the photo from here or you can select the theme. If I go here and I want to select the theme, so there are some themes already in Google Classroom. So my subject is related to ICT. So I'll select this page of theme of computer and it will get changed in few seconds. So you can see here the theme of my class is changed. So here if you see this is on the first page, create and schedule announcement. You can, if you have some announcements, you can create here. You can respond to students' posts. So whenever students will post something, their post will be visible on this first page. Okay. So let us go to the next part, that is classwork. If you click on the classwork, this kind of page will be visible. And here you can see a create button. If I click on create, it will ask me what I want to create. That is assignment, quiz assignment, question, material, reuse, post or topic. Suppose I want to create a material for my class. And here you can see I want to give title to my material. So I'll write here concept of ICT. Okay. So in the description box, if I want to describe about ICT, I can write the definition, I can put more information about ICT, or I can add some files here. You can see one beautiful feature is there. That is, you can add your study material from Google Drive, from link, from file, and from YouTube. We will see all these 4 options, how we can do it. If I click on Google Drive, it will take me to my drive of Google and it will ask me if anything is there. So I'll go on the Google Drive, and if I want to add some file, so here I can add some files. For example, this e-tools part I want to add. So I will upload this file here. It will get uploaded. So you can see this PPT is available here. I uploaded it from my computer. Even I can go to my drive and I can go, if you want to add from some link, I can give here link from any website or from YouTube channel. If I want to upload any file, I can upload from here. I already showed you this. I'll go to my Google Drive link and I will show you this one. If for example, I have many files here and I want to select this one. Okay. So I have selected this and I have added this. So you can see this got uploaded from my Google Drive. If I want to upload something from my YouTube channel, so it will ask me to put URL, or I can search something on Google. If I type here Sandhya Khedekar, so it will take to me to the page of my YouTube. And from my YouTube channel, if I want this part, so future online jobs for teachers, this file I want here. So if I say add, this file got added here. So my students will be able to see this file from my YouTube link. So this content I have already added here. And let us go to the next. I'll click on post here. So this content will get posted in my, if I want to add topic, I can add topic. Otherwise, I will leave it. So if I this content or material got established here, you can see if I click on concept of ICT, you will be able to see the 3 files. One I added from my computer, one from my Google Drive, and one from my YouTube link. You can add Word files also, you can add PPT, you can add links, you can have some websites link, URLs, whatever material you want to add, you can add, you can create your own content, you can have some write-up, and you can add those files with the help of this create button. So basically, if I want to add more, again I have to click on create, and I can add. If I want to give assignment to the students, I can click on assignment. I can type question here and I can assign the assignments. So this is very easy and very user friendly. Then we will go to the next part, that is people. I already told you I can add my colleague teachers here, and I can add my students, even I can add the parents also. This fourth part, this is grade. So whenever I assign some assignment to the students and students will give answer to my assignment, so here grade part will get enabled and you will be able to see what kind of answers are given, and you can give grades to the students. So this part can be used for the assessment of the students. So in the Google Classroom, if you see all these features, that putting announcement, see now on the first page, I have uploaded the content from classwork, but now it is visible on the front of my Google Classroom. So you will be able to see this here. Even your students will be able to see. They can download, they can view, they can comment on your content, and this is possible, my friend. So Google Classroom it is very useful. You can have your assignments also. We will see in the next part how we can give the assignment. So let me share with you the next part. Now we will go to the Google Docs. For Google Docs, again you have to go to your Gmail account, and here down you will see the Docs. So click on the Docs and you will be able to see these kind of documents here. So you can have some ready-made templates. You can go in the templates and you can have those templates, or you can have blank document. Let us first create blank document. So when I go on the blank document, okay, see, I had first clicked on my template, so it got enabled here. Let us go back again and let us have a blank document. So when I create on blank document, this will look like a Word file. It is very similar to Word, but there are very beautiful features available here. So let me share all those features with you. So when I open this page, you can see a similar features like Word. But let me tell you, my friends, this is something that it gets saved on the cloud. It is not like Word file. It is similar to it. But for example, I'll tell you one beautiful feature of it, that you can insert some files. For example, you are a mathematics teacher or you want to add some chart, you can add here. If you want to, from insert option, what is available, I will show you. So I just click on the graph, it got inserted here and it is showing that the file is already saved. So it automatically gets saved whenever I include anything. So this file, edit, view options are similar to Word. In insert option, you will be able to see that you can insert some drawing, new drawing from Drive also. You can insert some image. It will ask me if I want to upload it from computer, search the web. It is one of the beautiful feature Google Docs is having. If I want to search the web, it will immediately give me the search page of Google. And if I want to add an image of rectangle, okay. So here you can see different kind of figures of rectangle are available. So whatever I want, I will select it and I will add it. Suppose I want this one. And if I select, it will immediately get pasted on my Google Doc. So this facility is available here. Then in insert, you will see images from Drive, photos, URL, camera. You can directly go to the camera, you can click the photo or you can select it from Drive. Then chart, different kind of bar, column graphs, line, pie chart from sheets, from wherever you want. Then special characters you can add, equations you can add, headers and footers, you can add some points or names if you want, page numbers, break. Even you can have some link. For example, if I have written something here related to my subject, suppose educational technology. Okay. And I want to add some link here. So what I will do is I'll click on link and it will ask me to insert link. But for that, again, I will go to the Google and I will share, I will copy the link and I will put it here, and that link will be openable. So you can click on that link and you can directly see that link from here. Then there are some other features like Word file only. You can paragraph styles, you can put align and line spacing, columns, bullets, numbering. It's very similar to Word file, so I'm not going to repeat that. I will show you some additional features which Google Docs is having. Here in tools, you can see voice typing is there and translate document is there. So for example, I want to type something and I don't know how to type in that language. So what I will do, for example, I don't know how to type in Marathi or Hindi or French or any language in the world. So this Google Docs will allow me to type in any particular language if I speak that language in front of this Google Docs. So let me click here on voice typing, and again here you can see an icon is here. And if I click here, it will ask me to speak, and whatever I am speaking, it will get typed. Okay. So let me show you, there are some languages here. I will select Marathi language because I don't know how to type in Marathi. So let me go to that language. Okay. So here you can see Marathi language option is there, and if I click on this button, it will ask me to speak and it will get typed. So I'm clicking it and showing you the demo. विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, आज आपण शैक्षणिक तंत्रज्ञान या विषयावर अभ्यास करणार आहोत. You can see over here, I just speak in Marathi and this document, it is getting typed. So I can talk for whatever paragraphs I want and it will get typed automatically. And it has one more feature. Here you can see I have typed educational technology, and here one statement from Marathi. If I want translation of this document, see how magic it will do. If I go in tools and I'll ask translate document, so it will get opened in some other language. It will ask me in which language you want to translate this. So for example, I want to translate this document in Hindi. So I'll select Hindi subject, Hindi language, and I will ask it to translate. So it will automatically open new page with a translated copy. So it is opening here in the side. So I'll just go there. See, by both the statements, English and Marathi, they got translated in Hindi here. So you can speak, you can type in any language, you can translate in any language, and whenever my document is ready, I can share with anybody. For example, here you can see one button of share. So if I click on share, it will ask me that if you want a shareable link, add peoples. If I want to add some people here, I can add those peoples here by their emails. Here you can see it is asking me to get link. If I want to change, here anyone with the link can view, comment or edit. So if I want edit, so I'll click here. So whoever is having this link will be able to edit my document. So I'll copy this link and I'll click on done. And when I go to the URL again, new URL, you can see over here. And if I paste this copied link here, so any student will be able to see my document. This is the magic of this document. So you don't need to attach this file to your email and send on email. You just copy the link from the share button and you can see send the link and this link will get copied. If I have given some questions, for example, I want to take online examination of the students, I will write in my Google Docs only, I will write some question. If I am writing here, what is educational technology? So this question is here. So if this link is with my student can write answer here and they can share it me back. So this is that easy. So very beautiful features this is having. One more thing I would like to show you here is add-ons. So you can get some add-ons here. You can add some particular pages, some even doc to form, easy by some applications, additional applications if you want. So here are some add-on applications. If you want to add those applications, that's it, that is available here. So fillable document if you want, sorted paragraphs, scratch blocks. So there are many features available in add-ons. You can use that add-ons with this feature. So this is very easy to use and very impact making. If you can share these Google Docs with many students, even with the parents, you can ask them to edit the document, you can ask them to send it back to you and it gets saved. You just have to provide the link. There is not necessity to have laptop only. You can open this link in mobile also. You can type in that document and again your student can share that link with you through mobile. So this is very useful, my friends, and very user friendly. You just try it. You will love this application. Now let us move to the next part in Google Docs only. When you go on the Google Docs page, Here on the left hand side, you will be able to see the menu. And in this menu, you can see Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, and Google Forms. So Sheets and Slides, you can also use beautiful slides Google Docs is having. Now we will see the Google Forms, which are nowadays you all are filling all these forms, and these are very useful for assessment purpose also. So here I have made some forms already, but I will show you a new one how to create. So let us go to the blank form. I'm clicking on the blank form, and this kind of page will be visible. So what you can do is just give a title to your form. For example, my subject is ICT. So I will put the title ICT in education. Okay. So first thing, if I want to have name of student, so I will write here name. So it will get added. See, Google form is so much intelligent. It is showing me option, short answer. So the moment I type here the question, it will give me option what kind of response it can be from the participant. If you click on this, it is showing me short answer, paragraph, multiple choice, check boxes, drop down, file upload, linear scale, multiple choice grid, check box grid, date, time. So many things you can incorporate in your Google form. And basically nowadays Google form we are using for collecting some data of students. We can ask students to fill the form. It's very easy. We can fill the form with help of mobile, tablet, computer, laptop, any kind of gadget. And it is very user friendly. We can assess students. We can have online examination of students with the Google form also. We can set the time limit to it. So the first is done. So here you can see some options. The right side, add question, then import questions. If I already have some ready-made questions on my computer, I can import the questions from there. Then I can add title and description to it. I can add image, I can add video, and I can add section. So let me show you how to do the next part. If I want email address of students, so I will write here email address. So short answer. Again, one feature is there that you should make it required. So mandatory field. So students have to fill it compulsorily. So put it as a required field. So I'll go to the next. If I want to add some image, if I want to have multiple choice question, I can write here. So I will type here ICT stands for, and I want to give some options here. I can write information, communication, technology. Then I can have a second option, input, communication, technology. I can have third option, information, common, technology. Okay. So all these will be the options. You can put as many options as you want. You can make it mandatory. And here it is showing already multiple choice question. You can go to the next question. If I want to add some image, I can add image here. If I click on the image button, it will ask me to browse for the image. Let me check if any image is there in my pictures folder. Okay, so if I want to add this image, this is a photo of Einstein, so it will get added here. I'll minimize it, I'll make it little small because it is looking very big on my question paper. So I'll ask here, name the person in the picture. Okay, so I can give short answer type of answer, so student will be able to type the answer here, or you can give multiple choice. You can give drop boxes, drop down or check boxes also. But here only one option is there, so multiple choice is better or short answer is better. I will make this question again mandatory. So in this way, you can put number of questions, you can add some questions, you can add video, you can ask students to identify some part of video. And there are some additional features over here. If you want to see the features, here go in the, here 3 dots you can see. So make a copy, get pre-link, pre-filled link is there. You can print, you can add collaborations. So collaborators, if I add collaborators, so the whoever is collaborator of my form, that person will be able to see the responses. That person will be able to have the, that person can assess the question paper. So here add-ons option is there. If I click on add-ons, it will show me some add-ons applications. For example, if I am assessing students with help of this Google form, and after giving examination, immediately that student must get the certificate. So there is one option called Certify EM. If I click here, it will get added to my Google form, and you can give your own certificate. We will get some ready-made certificate styles also here. So this kind of templates will be available, and you can see over here this kind of already ready-made templates are available. You can use this. You can put your school name, you can put your name, subject name, and you can use this Certify EM. So immediately after filling the form, students will be able to get the certificate as a reply to the. So let us again go to my question paper. Here it is. So if I want this kind of image, so it can be added. Okay. So here more few options are also there. If you see here, if I click on here, click untitled form, and I want to give title to it, it is ICT. So it will get saved automatically. And here you can see customize theme. If I want to customize theme, and if I want any header to my question paper, I can choose any image. So header will get uploaded. For example, if I want to put this picture here and I'll insert it, that picture will get inserted here. You can see. So this picture is here. If I want to change the color or the theme color, if I want to put, I can select any color from this color. So this kind of color will be there. If I want it a bit more dark, I can put it over here. So this color is added, red color is added over here. Then background color, if I want to change, I can change. I can change the font style. Here a normal default font style I have. If I want to change the font, you'll be able to see here the font style gets changed. If I want to put it basic, it will be as it is. So let me see first now how my Google form looks. You can see a preview here. So preview is available. So my Google form looks like this. So submit option is there. I can add, I can edit it if I want. And if you want to share this Google form with your students, just on the right top hand side, click on the send button. You can send via email. You can send with the help of link. You can shorten this link by clicking here, and you can copy this link and you can send. You can share it on Facebook or Twitter also directly from here, or you can email it. You can copy this link from here and you can send it to students. So student will be able to see the Google form and they will answer your queries. So once students fill the form, here in responses, your questions are there, and second option is responses. If you click on responses, you will see the responses by the students on this page, and you will get a beautiful picture of responses. Means Google form automatically designs it in a way that it will give you some graphs, it will give you some interpretation, and in beautiful graphs and charts. You can download it as an Excel file also. You can have all data stored in your computer, and all the responses will get stored here. So my dear friends, today we have seen the demonstration of Google Classroom, Google Form and Google Docs. So I want all of you to use all these applications, and let me know if you have any questions, if you have any queries regarding it. And if you go on the Google Drive again, you have some other options where you can upload your file. If time permits, I will show all those options tomorrow. Okay, so for today we will stop here. I am again requesting all of you, please go to your Gmail account, and if you don't have your Gmail account, create it today, and try to explore, try to make your one Google Classroom, try to add some content on Google Doc. If you don't know to type in any particular language, just with help of voice typing. If you are using voice typing, remember one thing, that always use Google Chrome. Don't go for Mozilla, because voice typing doesn't work on Mozilla. So use Google Chrome. So that is very much comfortable. Then next, go to Google Form and create one form, a small form of 4 or 5 questions, and share with me in the evening that how you created it and what experience you got. If you have any questions, you can raise the questions. Thank you. The Google and type classroomscreen.com, and after typing this, you can go on the page of Classroom Screen, and this kind of page will be visible. It's very easy to install. You just have to launch the new Classroom, and after launching, it will just show you page like this. And very beautiful features this Classroom Screen is having. You can see few options here. If I want to change this background of the screen, I just go on the background, and you will see many photos, still photos, and some animations also. You can click on any, and your background image will get changed. But I always prefer animation, because animation gives you different impact. I will show you how. Suppose I click on this image, and you can see here on this image, this is an animated image. And while teaching in classroom, student might get impact that they are sitting on the seashore and water is coming towards them. It's like wave of knowledge. That knowledge is coming towards them, and very beautiful animations Classroom Screen is having. You can select any. There is second option called random names. Suppose I want to type something, I can type hello, or I can choose any option here. Then dice is there. Then if you are playing any game with the students, you can choose this option of dice, and it is very much useful in the quiz also. There is one more option, student sound level. Suppose in the classroom, students are making any noise. So this will show you actually the level of the noise, and you can press on this bell icon. If noise is more, the bell icon, it will have some sound, and students will come to know that we are making more noise, and they will keep quiet. This is one of the beautiful option. So I am making this disable. Okay. So next is draw. Before that, QR code is there. I will tell you that later. In text box, you can type anything. You can choose any pen. You can choose the color, and you can type or write anything you want. Suppose I want to say hi to my students, or I want to draw some diagram. I can do that with help of this tool. Then next is work symbol. Very beautiful feature it is. Suppose on the screen, if you want students should be silent, so you can enable this symbol. There is one more option, that is whisper. You can ask students to speak slowly. There is ask neighbor. If they have to discuss something, they can ask to their neighbor. And if they are doing any group activity, you can have this symbol enable, that is work together. Then next is traffic light. It is one of the beautiful feature of this classroom screen. If any quiz is going on or you are doing any examination, you can ask student to stop. Just click on this button. This red button means stop. You can ask student to wait by this yellow color, and you can ask student to start or go with this color. So this is one of the nice feature of classroom screen. Then we have timer here. You can put timer for any examination or any activity. You can keep stopwatch. Stopwatch facility is also there. Then we have clock here. If you want to enable clock on your screen, you can enable this clock over here. And we have calendar also. If you want to give some schedule, timetable of the next week or any other schedule, or if you want to show any demo, you can use this calendar over here. And there is one option right side here, that is, if you don't want all these icons here, you can ask students it's not there, or you can again enable it. And this one, this QR code is there. If you want your students to join the class, you can ask your students, just go open your mobile, scan this QR code and join the class. So they will be easily able to join your class with the help of this QR code. So these beautiful features are there, and it's freely available, my friends, and it can be used effectively in teaching learning purpose. Then I will be showing you one more technology tool, that is whiteboard.fi. Just go on the Google and type whiteboard. .fi and visit the page of this website, and here you can see the options new, join. We have not created any class yet, so we will say new class, and you just have to type your name. So I'll type my name, Sandhya K, and enable waiting room lobby, enable image upload for students. You can check any you want and create new class. Okay, so after creating class, it will allow me to use my class and my whiteboard. This is the room code. This code I can give to my students, and my students can join with me in this whiteboard. Okay, so here already I had done some work, so I'll clear this whiteboard and let us see what we can do here. Here you can see free drawing mode is there, so you can use it for, you can select it and you can draw whatever you want. Okay, then there is an eraser. If you want to erase it, you can erase. There is draw text. You can draw a text box and you can type anything if you want to type here. Lines and arrows are also there. You can select any line and you can put the line here. Then some figures are there. So if you want to draw a triangle, you can have it. If you want to draw a rectangle, you can draw a rectangle. If you want to draw a circle, you can have circle here. Some other shapes are also there. If you want to insert an image, for example, I want to insert this image of a child sitting on the chair with mobile. I can insert this image here, and if I want to insert background image, for example, this is a background image of stay home, stay safe. I want to put it on the back side, on the background. You can put it here. So some color combinations if you want to select. So I have chosen this color and I want to have this kind of shape. So colorful boxes I can put. I can put some text box inside and I can write. So whatever things you want to do, it works like your chalkboard, and it's very easy to use. It is very user friendly, and children or students, they really like this kind of thing. So whiteboard, just visit whiteboard.fi and create your classroom, share the room code with your students and enjoy this facility. So what you have to do is just go on Google and type testmoz.com, TESTMOZ. And when you go on this website, you will able to see build a test and try a demo test. You can build test directly without logging in. So go here and type a name of test or which subject you want to build that test. And you have to create one password here. You can create any password you want. And you have to again retype the password, because this test will be with you only and no other person will be able to make changes in this test. When you click on create test, this kind of page is visible. So here you can see on left hand side some options like ICT is the name of my question paper or my subject. Then dashboard is there, settings, question, publish and result. Go on questions first. You will be able to see what kind of question TestMoz provides. So here on the screen you can see insert button, and here kind of or types of questions are there. So here graded questions like multiple choice, choose one, multiple choice, choose many, true or false, matching, fill in the blank, essay, these kind of questions are available. And survey upgraded question like multiple choice, true, false, short answer, long answer, all these are available. And other, that is text block, question pool. Question pool is one of the wonderful feature here nowadays in conferences and in webinars. We are using question pool. Then questions from other test and questions from file. You can, if you have already made question file, you can directly take that or copy paste those questions from there to here. If I select multiple choice question here, this kind of screen will appear and it will ask me to type question. So I'll type question here, ICT stands for. I'll give options here. Information, communication, technology. I can give other option, information, common, technology. Okay. I can give third and fourth option, whatever I want, information, communication technique, I will write here. I can have fourth option, information, common, technology. Okay. And it will ask me if I want one more, I can have many other options. I have to click on the correct option here, and option you can give multiple choice, choose one. And here you can see points, whatever points you want to give. If I want to give 2 points for this question, so I can type here 2. Then again I go to the next question. I will select essay type of question. So I have to type question here. I will write here, write an essay on ICT in education. Okay. And automatically this kind of box will come. So whenever you select question, you just have to click, and you can select the type of question. You can have short answer question, you can have long answer question, you can have true, false, you can have multiple choice, text boxes, match the following, any kind of questions you can have. So I'm not typing all the questions to save time. And now what you have to do, once I have done with this, I can publish this. You can see over here on the publish button. Before that, if you want to change any settings of the question, you can go there And here it is asking me test name is ICT. The text is displayed on the top. If you want to select any color of test, so these colors are available. If I select this blue color, so test will be visible in this kind of paper, blue color paper to my students. Choose the language for the TextMost students interface. You can choose any language, multiple languages are there. I select here English. Then question settings is show all the test questions on one page or show one question per page. If you have given essay type of question, you can choose this option, show one question per page, so students will be able to answer. Then review settings, you can have some show a custom message if the student passed or failed. If you want to say congratulations, you passed, you can type here. So I will type here congratulations. So whenever student is passed with that test, the student will get this message of congratulations. At the end of the test, display the user score, test outline, indicate if their response was correct or incorrect, display the correct answer, display the explanation. These kind of settings are available. And access you can limit to the, you can have any passcode. Many features are there. You just go and have note of it. And when I select publish, now my test is done. I have just included 2 questions. When I click on publish button, see what it happens. So it will ask me publish ICT. You can preview your test if you want. And if I say ready to publish, here on right hand side paper copy is view or print in your browser or download as Word doc. You can download it as a Word doc, and you can upload this in your Google Classroom also, or you can give the link to the students. And show answer, show explanation. If I click on show answers, so student will be able to see the correct answer. Here again, view, print and download option is available. So you can view your test, you can print your test, or you can download your test. If I click here on publish, what it shows, see, your test is published and available at testmost.com and some code is given. So what I can do is I would have to just copy this code and I have to send this code to my students. So whenever student will be putting this code, how to do that, I will show that also. Then current status is open. You can schedule the test for later timing, or you can here click on the closed. So your test will get closed. If you have given some time limit that for today only I want to show this test, so that facility is available. So I have copied this from here. What I will do, I will just copy it and I'll go to next browser, the next URL. I'll click here and I will paste here. See what happens. If my student just put this thing, so this kind of screen will be visible to student. And you can have student login and you can have administration. If you are admin, teacher can go here. If I am a student and I write my name, Sandhya, okay, I will solve this test. So I'll write Sandhya and I'll click on start. So this test will get started and this kind of question paper is visible to me. So I have to just click on the option if it is multiple choice, and if it is a essay type, I can type my answer over here, you can see. So I can type in this box and I can submit. When I submit it, it gets submitted on the teacher's page. So here you can see it is showing me that this answer is correct. First multiple choice answer is correct and I got 2 points. But for essay, teacher has to review. So what I can do is, again I'll go, this was a student page and this is a teacher page. So I'll go to my result page and I can see, you can see over here, name of the student, Sandhya, and score here started on. She started test on which day, what time it is visible. She finished on what time it is visible. And you can see here that marks are also visible if all the answers are correct. So you can select manual option also to do this. This is wonderful tool, my dear teacher friends. It's really very good to use. You can just go on testmost.com, create your own assignment for the students and give it. If you are working with small children, you can use Kahoot, or you can use some other apps like Story Jumper and all that for assessment purpose. How to make video with mobile. So I will show you some simple tricks and simple steps without any gadgets or having big cameras with big resolution. With a simple device called a mobile, we can record our lectures effectively. So how we can do that? Here you can see, if you are using only mobile, so you can just use mobile, or you can use it with some board, whiteboard or chalkboard, and you can show some demonstration on board. Or you can use tabletop, that means your face is not visible, but whatever you are writing on table or on paper, that is visible to the participants. You can use screen recorder of your mobile, or we can say you can download some application of screen recorder. I will be showing some examples of it. Or you can have your face recording, that means actual video of yourself, that you are facing the camera and you are recording your lecture. So for face recording, light and sound effect is very essential. So you have to always see that sufficient light is there on your face and your sound is clear. That means you have to sit in a quiet place where no other sound is there, and you have to record your lecture. And see the distance from camera also. So how your face is visible to the students, that is also essential to know. So these are some aspects that you have to take care of while recording your lecture with help of mobile. So I'm here sharing a screen of my mobile. You can see in most of the mobiles like MI or some Android phones, screen recorder is always inbuilt there. You can see here icon with camera. So this is the screen recorder already inbuilt in my mobile. If you don't have it in your mobile, what you can do is just go in the Play Store and type screen recorder, and you can download any screen recorder for your mobile. I'll show you some examples also. And when I click on this, here you can see on right hand side, there will be a start button. And if I start recording, it will get started, and whatever I am doing on my screen of mobile, it will get recorded. One more option is there. If I share from, I don't want this recorder and I want to download some recorder. So I have downloaded it here. V recorder is there. It is called as video recorder. Beautiful features it is having. I will show you. When you on it, options will like this. That's it. You can stop. You can share some screen. You can brush it if you want to type something. You want to write something. You can write, and you can use some keys also. So V recorder screen look like this, and from here you can start. It is a free version. If you want more additional features, you can purchase it also. And it is having editor also. So in this recording itself, if you want to edit your video, if you want to cut some part, you can trim with this option. Trim option is also there. Then if you want to compress your video, if its size is very big and without disturbing the quality, if you want to compress it, you can compress it here. Or you can make your video to MP3. If you want to convert it just into audio, you can do that from here. And very wonderful feature V recorder is having. And there are some settings like you can change the resolution of video, you can change the quality of video, you can have some extra features in it. I have recorded a small video with help of my mobile. I'm going to show you actually how we can record the screen. You just have to go on your screen recorder and record it. I'll play this video. I have made this for you. Friends, now I will show you how to record with help of your mobile. So I'm recording screen of my mobile. Here you can see on the screen in MI phone, always screen recorder option is there over here, you can see. So if I click on this option of screen recorder, this kind of screen will be visible, and on right hand side corner in orange color, there is a video camera. It will ask me to start recording. So recording is already started. I'm recording this on screen recorder only. So this facility is available. Now let me show you one more feature how you can record your screen. So go on the Google Play Store, and here you can type V Recorder. There is a very good app called V Recorder. So you can just go here, and this kind of screen is visible. So you can install it in your mobile. It will get a few minutes to install. So, and this screen recorder is having some options of recording your screen, and it's free. So you can use different kind of recorders also. So now I'll cancel this thing. I'll show you some more screen recorders. If you don't have inbuilt screen recorder in your mobile, what you can do is just type screen recorder here, and you will get many applications in your Play Store. So here you can see screen recorder, V recorder, as just now I showed you. Then one more option of screen recorder and video recorder, X recorder is also there. This is also good in blue color, screen recorder, no ads by Kimsey 9929. And here you can see some more options like screen recorder by App Smarts, screen recorder by video downloader. Then promo options are there, and video editors are also there. So in your mobile also this facility is available. So those participants who are thinking that I want to record my lecture as a teacher and I don't have many gadgets with me, so what to do? So what you can do, just open your mobile, go in the Play Store of your mobile, and these kind of applications are available. You can record your screen. Just now as I'm recording my screen, you can record your screen and you can work on it, and you can save all your videos, and you can edit it with some applications also. So there are very good editors available. If you go on again Play Store, and if you type video editor, so video editors are also available, like uvideo is there, Likey is there, InShot, Viva Video, Video Show, UCut, video editor. KineMaster is one of the wonderful tool where you can edit your videos. It is for free. Then video maker of photos with music and video. If you want to add some music to your videos, it is possible with help of this application. So you can download some music, or if you have inbuilt music in your mobile, you can use that. And you can add some photographs also. You can add PowerPoint presentation. You can have different kinds of features in different tools. So video editor is also available, and video recorder is also available. So it is very much easy to record your video lecture with help of your mobile. So now we will see some more features. So dear friends, that was my recorded video on my mobile with help of screen recorder. It's very easy. Just you have to click on the screen recorder and it gets started. It's wonderful feature of mobile. You can do it and try it. You will be able to do it very easily. Now we will see some examples of tabletop recording with mobile. For example, you want to demonstrate something, or those teachers who are drawing teachers, they want to show some demo of drawing, or mathematics teacher want to show some illustrations of examples. So this facility is available. You can see in this picture, one stand is here like we use in the car for holding the mobile. So you can use that stand. You can have your mobile inbuilt in that, and you can start recording with tabletop. If you don't have that stand of car, what you can do is you just take a scale and attach your mobile on that scale with help of any rubber band or any thread. It is called as Indian Jugaad. We Indian people are very good in Indian Jugaad, and we can do anything with any gadget. So some books are kept over here. I have taken this image from YouTube. So some books are kept here, and you can see enough support is given to mobile, so this mobile will not fall. And recorder is on, and you can see on the table, paper is kept on the table, or some sticks it is also available. So with help of with just a paper, table, and pen, pencil, you will be able to draw anything. You will be able to write anything on this paper, and you can show to your students. It's very easy way to record with tabletop. One more option is you just have that again a stand which we use in car for holding mobile, and you can have a board in front of you, so you can sit on the chair and you can write on that board, and that recording will be visible to the students. Or you can have some stands like this we have in fridge or in kitchen. So we Indian people, we can make use of any gadget for anything, or any material from kitchen for anything. So this kind of stands are available. You can take this, and how you can use this is just put in middle of books and keep your mobile on that steel rod. So your mobile will not fall, and easily you can start the recording of your mobile, and whatever you are doing in the paper on your table, it will be visible to the students, and you can record it very easily. So you can do this. It's very easy. Many times we see that many people are doing tabletop recording, and we think that somebody is holding that mobile. So there is no necessity of any other person when you are recording your lecture. You alone can do it. This kind of Indian Jugaad you have to do. Use your creativity to maximum, and you can do it very easily. Tabletop is one of the option. It's wonderful feature where you just use mobile and record your lecture. Then there is one free software called Animeez, which is used for whiteboard animation. And free animated presentation software it is. We will see a small demonstration of it, how to use Animeez. I will actually show you how to do that. I will start this video of the universe and here you can see this kind of images we can insert with help of Animeez. We can have some moving pictures for geography, for science. Here you can describe something, you can put the text, you can maximize the image, you can have different animations over here. You can have any kind of picture, because these pictures are already available in Animeez. You just have to insert the picture, and you have to give effect to that picture, and that effect gets done, and you can have narration to this. You can speak in front of your device. With help of mobile also we can use Animeez, or you can use laptop for doing this. So these kinds of animations are available. It's wonderful feature of animeez.com. Just go on www.animeez.com, download this application, and you can use wonderful animations for recording your lectures. Now we will see how to record video with help of laptop, because when we are using mobile is a device where you can have maximum number of applications for screen recorder, and you can record it easily. But if you want some additional features, like you want to simultaneously wish to present your PPT, PowerPoint presentation, or you want to show some demonstration, or you have some experiment and you want to show that to the students, you can use various softwares. You just go on Google and you will get n number of softwares. With help of those softwares, you can record your video lecture on laptop, or there are many applications, apps available. So you can download those apps in laptop and you can do this. So I am giving few examples because if I put all the list of all the software, you will get confused. So those which already I have used and I found that these are really good and user friendly, I'm telling only those examples. There are many other applications and many other softwares with help of which you will be able to record your video. Here I have written Screencast-O-Matic. Just go on Google, type Screencast-O-Matic, and you will be able to download it very easily, and it's very easy to use. Once you install it, one exe file, and you run that file, the icon of Screencast-O-Matic is visible on the desktop of your laptop, and what you have to do is just click on the record button and your screen gets recorded. You can have your photo or your face image on the recording part. You can share your PPT, you can share any image, you can share any video, and you can record your video lecture with help of Screencast-O-Matic. Then one more beautiful feature or beautiful application is Presentation Tube. In Presentation Tube, basically, there are many additional features, like you can go live on Google and you can show some demonstration, or you can go on YouTube directly and you can show some link to students, you can show some videos to the students, and you can record your lecture. So with your face also, without your face also, and you can have your lecture on that. OBS Studio is also one of the good software, but it has limitation that it gets easily downloaded on Windows 10 or the higher version. You have to struggle for some lower versions, but it is wonderful to use and good features it is having. On Zoom also, if you have downloaded Zoom on your laptop, you can record your lecture in Zoom. What you have to do is just join the meeting of Zoom and go on it and start recording. And after you end the meeting, it will automatically save your video. It's very easy to do. Then Filmix is there. With help of Filmix, you can record your video plus you can edit your video. Render Forest is there nowadays. Many teachers are using it. It is one of the wonderful software, we can say, where you can have animated videos, where you can use whiteboards, where you can use some 3D images, and wonderful feature it is having. Just go on Render Forest website and explore more about it. I'm not going to show the demo of it because I have given a demo of Render Forest multiple times in my some videos of YouTube. So if you want more explanation about it or demo about it, just go on my YouTube channel and you will be able to see the demo of Render Forest. Now I am going to show you one demo of Whiteboard Maker video, because nowadays it is catching attention of students and small children. Basically, they like animated videos or Whiteboard Maker videos. I have taken reference from Easy Tech Studio. So let us watch that. I'll actually show how to do that. If we want to see the Whiteboard Maker videos, some 5 best whiteboard animation softwares here I'm going to show you. First is VideoScribe, wonderful, but only 7 days free. After that you have to pay for it, but it is having very good features. You just have to select the hand, whatever hand you want, and it gets there with text. Then Explain Duo is there. With help of Explain Duo, you will be able to insert the screen and you can explain. You can add image of a teacher, you can add image of people or persons, and you can add text. So it will look like that person is talking to the students, and you can have this kind of animation with help of this. Then one more software is Easy Sketch Pro 3. So where you can draw some sketches, and with help of these sketches you can add, even you can add some images. If I want this image will get added here. One more is Go Animate. With help of Go Animate, you can have some animated pictures also, moving pictures. You can insert that on your screen. You can add some text, and these animated pictures will automatically talk for you. You just have to place the text here in that animated video. Then TTS SketchMaker is there. In this, you have to choose the hand. So, the hand is writing, and you have to type the text, and it will get animation for you. You can add your voice also. If you want to add music, you can add music. There are some features available over there. So this was about whiteboard maker video. Wonderful features it is having, and you can for any subject. Many teachers yesterday they were asking what to use for history, what to use for science subject, mathematics subject. So my dear participants, all these video makers you can use for any subject. You can demonstrate anything. You can take some animated videos. You can take some text. You can have some models over there, and you can record your lecture with help of these softwares. So there are some types of videos. If you try to explore this, the list is endless. But I'll show you some of it. That some motion graphic means in that video motion is there, people are moving around or the object is moving, and you can put some graphic options in that. Then 2D motion graphic with character, 5D animation, 3D animation. I think all of you are aware about this. Whiteboard animation, I just showed the demo. Then live action with track element, stop motion, kinetic topography animation, screencast, and infographic. So there are some other types also. There are many types of videos available. I have taken reference from Yans Media here. Let us see a small clip where how we can use this. So types of explainer video, if you see 2D motion, it will look like this. So you will have some moving picture with graphic. If you want to use 2D with graphic, you can use this. With 3D effect, you can see over here with 3D effect, we can use this. 5D animation is also available. Wonderful feature it is having. So you can use some 5D images. Whiteboard animation, you already know about this. You can use whiteboard. 3D animation is also there. So in 3D effect, it will show the 3D effect. Then live action, you can have some people moving, live action video. Live action with track element, you can have some elements track. You can put some graphics and some text. Stop motion is also there. It's wonderful. With help of H5P, you will be able to do this. Then kinetic typography is also there. So you can see in this video how it will look. Then screencast is there. Where you can actually record your screen, and you can have some animation. Infographic is there, where information is there and some graphs will be there, and mostly it is used in business purpose. Then there are some other features also. You can see over here in this video. You can have this kind of images also. Isometric is there. For some science experiment or for some geography, you can use with popular images. You can have some animations with some popular people. Then cutout animation. You can put some cutouts and you can have animation. Then traditional animation. You all know about it. Then we have outline. Here you can see some outline video can be made. Parallax with images is there. Wonderful feature it is having. You can see. So for this purpose, what you have to do is just go on youtube.com. You all might have visited this website earlier n number of times. So just go on URL and type youtube.com. So YouTube screen will be visible to you. And on this screen, you can see many videos, and there is a option called, here you can see one video kind of thing. And if you go there, it will ask you to create. And what you have to do is just you have to click on create. And after clicking on create, it will ask you to put your email address, Gmail address. and you have to put your Gmail address and your channel will get created. It's that easy. So I have already created my channel. So if I click on create, it will ask me upload video or go live. So I'll go to my video channel. You can create from here and this kind of screen will be visible. I'll go to my channel. When I go to my channel, there are two options, customize channel and YouTube Studio. So what you have to do is, first thing, you do your customized channel, and after clicking on this, you will be able to see this front screen. You can change the background image, you can add your photo if you want, or you can add your description about you. And before going to this, let me show you how it looks when your channel is not there and how you have to go. So you will understand it better, I think. So I am signing out, so it will be easier to you for understanding. So when I go, here are two options, sign in, because already I have created my YouTube channel. If I click on create, it will take me to a page where I have to sign in. So I have created my video and it is asking me to sign in. So whenever I am using my YouTube channel as a host, every time I have to sign in. So it is essential, otherwise you will not be able to see your channel. So after creating that, there are many features available. So I'll be not able to show you all the features. When I am on my channels, here you can see some options are there. Your channel, paid membership, YouTube Studio, from where actually you can upload your video. So YouTube Studio is useful to upload your video. You have switch account, sign out, dark theme if you want to use, language, it is asking what kind of language you want to use, location India, settings and other things. So I'll go to my channel, and after visiting my channel, here is my YouTube Studio. If I go to my YouTube Studio, it will ask me to upload video. So here this kind of screen is visible. I already have made some videos, so they are visible here. And on right hand side, there is one arrow. Here you can see. So you have to just click on this. So if I click on this, it will ask me to upload video. So what you have to do is, you have already created your video, right? So 4 or 5 minutes video you have to create. You keep that video in your laptop or in your mobile. And after creating your YouTube channel, you can just select files from here. After selecting files, it will ask me which video you want to add. So for example, I am taking this video. Okay, day 2 session, and I'm opening it. So it will take me to the next page, and this kind of screen is visible where it will ask you for the title. So I'll not change it. I'll keep it as it is. If I want to change, I can change it. Day 2 session, Dr. Sandhya Khedekar, 7th June. If I want to type some description, I can write the video is about Google Meet, then Google Teams. It is my yesterday's video, so I am putting all that. You can put comma or hashtag in between. So whenever any visitor or subscriber is checking for any information, your video will be visible to that person. So description is very necessary over here. So I am putting Google Meet, Google Teams, then Google Site. Or if I want to add some information, I can add, or I can type my name. So if anybody is searching with my name, this video will be visible to that person. And you can see here, it is getting uploaded. It will take few minutes to get upload. And after uploading, you have to click on next. It will take to the next page. and it will ask you save or publish. You can save it or you can publish it later. You can publish it privately, unlisted, anyone with the video link only. If you want to restrict your video to the people and you don't want to make it public, you can do that, or you can click on public and click on publish. So whenever my video will get uploaded 100%, it will get uploaded on my YouTube channel. And when I go to my videos here, in videos, you can see, I'm just canceling it. Yeah, because I was using it for demo purpose. So all my videos are visible here. And you can see the visibility is to public. Then restrictions are none. If I want to change settings of this video, I can go on this video and just go in more options. And in more options, you can put the recorded date, then license, standard YouTube license or some other license if you want, Creative Commons attribution. Here, let me tell you, Creative Commons attribution means you are giving right to anybody to use your video, or you can keep it as a standard. If you want to put the location of video, you can put, you can select the category. Some categories are here like music, pets, animals, sports, gaming, comedy, entertainment, education. So whatever content you have, you can choose. I have chosen science and technology as this is a technology video. From languages, you can choose language. I have chosen here English India because my language is English, which is from India. So I have chosen this. And in comment and rating, you can select here all, allow all comments. So anybody who is commenting on your video, so you are allowing them. You can hold potentially inappropriate comments for review, hold all comments for review, and disable comments. So I always prefer hold potentially inappropriate comments for review. If anybody is using some abusive words, I will be able to see here in my channel and I can stop that comment. So there are some other options also here on the left side. If you go in analytics, you will be able to see analytics of your video, that how many people viewed my video, and you can see the reach, percentage, impressions, and all that, how many views are there for that video. Then in engagement, you can see the graph, watch time hours, and audience. So, and again, there are some editors, comments, you can change the settings if you want. So there are many settings. Once you make it, try to explore all those things. I'm not going to tell you all those things in details because we are running short of time. So these features are available. You just upload and publish your video. So what you have to do is just go, and if I want this video I have uploaded, okay, yesterday. So I want to see this video. What I will do is I'll just close everything and I will go on YouTube. Okay. And on YouTube, I will type my name. You can create your video with your name or with your organization name. When you click on this create button, it will ask you personal website or organization. Choose always personal because we are doing it first time and you are using it for demo purpose. So you can select for personal and you can type your name or you can give name to your YouTube channel, whatever name you want, some creative name. And you can create it after, and when you want to search your uploaded video, just go in search and type the name of your channel. So I'm typing my name. And here you can see all my videos are visible. So if I click on my channel, all these videos are visible. So these videos I have posted. So this is very easy to use, my friends. So I am again telling you, it's a wonderful feature and you can create your YouTube channel for free. You don't have to pay anything for it. It gets just 2 to 5 minutes to create your video and upload your video. If your bandwidth is good and your internet connectivity is proper, your video gets uploaded within 1 or 2 minutes. And if your bandwidth is slow, it will take few minutes to upload. So don't worry about it. If you are running low internet connectivity, it will take 5 to 10 minutes or sometimes 15 minutes to upload your video. It depends on the size of your video. If your video is bigger, you can always make it compressed. There are some video editor video editors are available. You can use that, and it's wonderful feature. So I am again telling you that create your own video, create your own YouTube channel, and upload it. If you face any difficulty, watch this video again. If you have any query, you can put your questions in chat box. So that's all for today.